Hello and welcome to the table. I'm your host, Teen Wolf, and today we are still in the basement, which sucks, but I'm going to be releasing a lot of videos for Commander Legends Baldurs Gate, so I need to get as many videos uploaded early on as possible because there is some really cool stuff that I want to show all of you. But forgetting about that, I have a Crack-a-Pack video for all of you. This is Commander, so it's not, it's a little bit different. So the draft, the draft booster packs have 20 cards in it, which is a lot. And I was like, okay, so I could have a couple draft packs, but there would be a lot of commons, there would be a lot of repeats, there would be a lot of cards that aren't that cool, and I wouldn't be able to open as many packs. So then I thought to myself, what about set booster packs? They have 15 cards in it, which is a little bit more than usual, but more powerful cards, less repeats, more rares, a better chance at pulling a mythic, some more cool stuff for all of you to watch. So we're gonna get into that, and I hope all of you enjoy the 3 set booster packs I'm gonna open in front of all of you today. Alright, so we got 3 packs here, each of which have 15 cards in it, and before I get into this, 1. There is something known as the list, where there's a chance at the back of the pack, like the last card in the pack, it will be a card printed from a previous set, and it's not always guaranteed to be like a super duper expensive card. Most of the time it's actually only like 5 cents or something, but who knows, maybe it'll be expensive. And by the way, for all of you that don't know, which is everyone that watches this, I got a new phone, which is now going to allow me to make more videos, and yeah, and ooh, fancy art card, that's signed. Okay, that is rare, that is very rare. You do not see that often. And it is art card 70 of 81. I don't know. I like these cards in this set booster packs because they're just cool. Hey, a mountain. Good luck. Because mountains are cool. Okay. Gut. True Soul Zealot. Uncommon right off the bat. Set booster packs are good. 2 in a red for a 2/2 legendary Goblin Shaman. That says whenever you attack, you may sacrifice another creature or artifact. If you do, create a 4/1 black skeleton creature token with menace that's tapped and attacking. Choose a background. So, in this set, black and green has a theme where it's like, sacrifice tons of creatures, sacrifice tons of artifacts, get tons of value. This is like a somewhat good commander for it. And also it has choose a background, which is a mechanic that means that this can be your commander, and you can also have a legendary enchantment background be your second commander, which I think is really cool. Another red card, that's also an uncommon. Amber, Gristle O'Maul. 3 in a red for a 3/3 legendary dwarf cleric with haste. That says whenever this card attacks, you may discard your hand. If you do, draw a card for each player being attacked. Choose a background. I don't really know what to say about that, but that's cool. Ooh, Flaming Fist Officer. Dang it, it's a common. 2 in a white for a 2/2 gnome soldier that says whenever another creature you control leaves the battlefield, put a +1/+1 counter on this card. So this can go well in multiple different decks in this set. It can go well in the white, black sacrifice deck, and it can also go well in the white, blue blink deck. And then, okay, background. Flaming Fist. Wait a minute. Lore. Okay, I don't know. Flaming Fist. 2 and a white for a legendary enchantment background that says, commander creatures you own have whenever this creature attacks, it gains double strike until the end of turn. That goes really well in like a white-red equipment deck. That basically means I'm going to make one creature super duper big, and I'm going to attack with it and kill my opponent, and it's going to get double strike, so it deals double the damage, basically. But, I'm not sure if this card really goes well with any decks in this set, but who knows? Maybe it does. Atrocious Experiment. 2 and a black for a sorcery that says target player mills 2 cards, draws 2 cards, and then loses 2 life. I think this card is kind of good in certain decks, like in the blue-black self-mill deck, but I'm not 100% sure. Maybe it is, maybe it isn't. I hope it is, because I do like drawing cards. Dream Fracture. 1 and 2 blue for an instant that says counter target spell. No, counter. Its controller draws a card. Draw a card. I'm just not even going to comment on that card. Sorry about that. I just don't like counter at all. Like, I am against it with a passion. So, don't be surprised if I never play counter spells. Which is probably a bad thing because then my decks aren't as powerful, but I don't care. Because they're my decks. Law's Hand Dragon's Legacy. 3 a blue and a red for a 4/2 legendary dragon shaman with flying that says, whenever you cast an adventure spell or dragon spell, this card deals damage equal to that spell's mana value to any target that isn't a commander. So 1, dragons are back. Yay, my dad's gonna build a super scary dragon deck that is gonna make me cry on the inside. But what are adventure spells? Well, there are creatures in this set that you can also cast as an instant or sorcery, and then that card goes into exile, and then later on in the game, you can cast a creature for its mana cost, which I think is super cool. But anyways, going back to this card, so I think this card is pretty scary, actually, because dragons cost a lot of mana. And then, who knows, maybe there are a couple adventure spells in the dragon deck, so more damage, which is not good because dragon decks just want to kill you super fast, and a way to do that quicker for not that much mana in a dragon deck, because 5 mana is not a lot in a dragon deck, believe it or not, because dragons are really big. Anyways, Live On, Cultist of Tiamat. 2 and a red for a 1/3 legendary dragon shaman that says, whenever you cast a non-creature spell, target creature gets +X/+O until the end of turn, where X is that spell's mana value. Choose a background. This does not really go well in the dragon deck, but yeah, I don't really know. I don't think that card really goes well with many decks, but who knows. Another dragon card, Acolyte of Bahamut. 1 and a green for a legendary enchantment background that says commander creatures you own have the first dragon spell you cast each turn costs 2 less to cast. So, 1, for all of you watching, do not think that I dislike dragons. I really do, but it's just my dad's dragon deck scares me, and the fact that he's making a commander one is just my worst nightmare. And also, dragons, as I said earlier, cost a lot of mana. You can already tell this. A way to reduce their cost at all, even if it's just once per turn, is really scary. So this is a really good card, especially considering the fact that it's 2 mana and an uncommon. That can also be used as a second commander, which is scary. Okay. First rare, Gale, Waterdeep Prodigy. 2 and a blue for a 1/3 legendary human wizard that says whenever you cast an instant or sorcery spell from your hand, you may cast up to 1 target card of the other type from your graveyard. If that spell was cast from your graveyard this way, would be put into your graveyard, exile it instead. So basically, if you cast an instant, you can also cast a sorcery from your graveyard for free, and it goes into exile, or vice versa. So, cool, I guess. I don't really know. I mean, I like blue, but I'm not 100% sure. Okay. Candlekeep Sage. 2 in a blue for a legendary enchantment background that says commander creatures you own have whenever this creature enters or leaves the battlefield, draw a card. That's a scary card in the blue-white blank deck, because you get to do a ton of scary stuff. Okay. Flaming Fist in special foily. We already know what that card does, but we pulled a Mythic Pack 1. Ancient Silver Dragon, baby. 6 and 2 blue for an 8/8 Elder Dragon with flying that says, whenever this card deals combat damage to a player, roll a d20. Draw cards equal to the result. You have no maximum hand size for the rest of the game. Bonkers. That is just scary. Oh my gosh, we got another card. But this card, I'm pretty sure is like $11. I mean, I'm gonna put the price right there. But oh my goodness gracious, we got a Mythic Elder Dragon Pack 1. Wait, my dad's gonna put this in his dragon deck. Rip it in half. Okay, no, I'm gonna put the Mythic rare, like, expensive cards right there, because I know for a fact that card is worth money. Maybe not a lot, but that card is worth money. All right, Geode Golem. 5 mana for a 5/3 artifact golem with trample that says whenever it deals combat damage to a player, you may cast your commander from the command zone without paying its mana cost. What the? Dragon Commander deck loves this card. Oh my god, what is this? Playing your commander for free from the command zone. That is broken. Ooh, and a board token. Oh my god, that is messed up. Okay, I'm actually gonna move the board token and put the colorless card here. Okay, so that's pack 1, and I hope you all liked it. Let's get into pack 2. Alright, let's get into the second pack. Wizards of the Coast, stop making your packs like this. I can never open them. Okay. Okay. Once again, that is really cool art. 42 of 81. Foily Forest. It's not a mountain. It's not a mountain. Why? What? Okay. Oh, wait, no, it's not. Wait, it's a swamp? Okay, that looked like a forest. Moss Diamond. Enters the battlefield tapped, costs 2 mana, and it taps data green. Simple, short, and sweet. Okay. Aranus, Gloomstalker. 2 and a green for a 3/3 legendary halfling ranger with Death Touch. Whenever it attacks, return target land card from your graveyard to the battlefield. Choose a background. I love how the person signed this card in the. Okay, that's really funny, actually. Okay. Goggles of Night. 1 in a blue for an artifact equipment that when it deals combat damage to a player, whenever the equipped creature deals combat damage to a player, scry 1, then draw a card. And it's got an equipped cost of 2. Cool. That looks familiar. Contact Other Plane. 3 in a blue for an instant that says roll a d20. You roll 1 through 9, you draw 2 cards. 10 through 19, scry 2, then draw 2. 20, scry 3, then draw 3. Sweet. Psychic Impetus. 2 in a blue for an enchantment aura that says enchant creature. Enchanted creature gets +2/+2 and is goaded. Whenever the enchanted creature attacks, you scry 2. Cool. Split the Spoils. 2 in a green for a sorcery that says exile up to 5 target permanent cards from your graveyard and separate them into 2 piles. An opponent chooses one of those piles. Put that pile into your hand and the other into your graveyard. So basically you get to get some cards back for cheap, but they're not gonna all be great, I guess. Okay. And then Bag of Holding. 1 mana for an artifact that says whenever you discard a card, exile that card from your graveyard. Okay. 2 and tap it to draw a card and then discard a card. And you can pay 4 to tap and sacrifice this card to return all cards exiled with it to their owner's hand. So this is kind of like Toulouse, Clever Conductor from the last set, except it's an artifact and it costs 1 mana. Except you have to pay 4 mana in order to get all the cards discarded / exiled back. So, not great, but okay. Stone Speaker Crystal. 4 mana for an artifact that taps to add 2 colorless mana, and you can pay 2 to tap and sacrifice this card to exile any number of target player's graveyards to then draw a card. Cool, I guess. Jan Jansen, Chaos Crafter. 1 red, 1 white, 1 black for a 3/3 legendary gnome artificer with haste that says tap, sacrifice an artifact creature, create 2 treasure tokens. That alone is really good. Tap, sack a non-creature artifact, create 2 1/1 colorless construct creature tokens. So basically, you sack an artifact. You get artifact creatures. You can send sacrifice for treasures. So you get tokens. So if there is a way to untap this guy, you can basically tap, sack a non-creature artifact, get creature artifacts, get treasure, creatures, treasures, and then just forever loop. That is cool. Master Chef. 2 and a white. Why did it cover the Master Chef's face? We want to see who the Master Chef is. Is it... I don't know. I don't know any famous cooks. 2 and a green for a legendary enchantment background that says commander creatures you own have this creature enters the battlefield with an additional +1/+1 counter on it, and other creatures you control enter the battlefield with an additional +1/+1 counter on them. Can't this card just say all creatures you control enter the battlefield with an additional +1/+1 counter on it? I mean, that would just make so much more sense. Hey, cool card. Abdel Adrian, Gorian's Ward. 4 and a white for a 4/4 legendary human warrior that says when it enters the battlefield, exile any number of non-land permanents you control until this card leaves the battlefield. You create a 1/1 white soldier creature token for each permanent exiled this way. Choose background. So basically, in a Blink deck, you get to exile all your non-land cards, make creature tokens for each card exiled this way, and if this card were to go away all of a sudden, then all those cards come back, and then it's just like this infinite loop of just getting tons of stuff forever. I don't know. Okay. Ravenloft Adventurer. 3 and a black for a 3/4 human rogue assassin that says when it enters the battlefield, you take the initiative. If a creature an opponent controls would die, exile it instead and put a hit counter on it. And when it attacks, if you've completed a dungeon, defending player loses 1 life for each card they own in exile with a hit counter on it. So that's a pretty bad card, in my opinion. I don't expect this card to be worth anything. And yet it's a rare, because I don't even know. Duke Older Ravenguard. 4 a red and a white. For a 5/5 legendary human noble soldier. There are a lot of words on this card. At the beginning of your combat on your turn, another target creature you control gains haste and myriad until the end of turn. Hey, we get to learn what myriad is. Whenever it attacks, for each opponent other than defending player, you may create a token that's a copy of that creature that's tapped and attacking that player planeswalker they control. Exile the tokens at the end of turn. So basically, you get to get tons of tokens of certain cards. So, cool. Okay. So, you get a way to, like, make some really big creature gain haste. So, if it entered the battlefield, you can attack with it immediately, and you get multiple copies of it. That's really cool. Alright. And then, Avenging Hunter. 4 and a green for a 5/4 Dragon Ranger with Trample. Then when it enters the battlefield, you take the initiative. List card. No list card. Stupid non-list card. Stupid junk. Okay, anyways, let's move on to pack number 3. Alright. Pack number 3. Let's see what you get. Well, we're definitely not getting a list card, but this is the new dungeon, the Undercity. What does the other side have? The initiative thing. Okay, that's cool. Tokens over there. Okay. Gotta be honest with all of you. That is legitimately probably the coolest art I have ever seen on one of these art cards. 80 of 81. No, it's not 81 of 81. I don't know. I kind of care about that, but still, look at that. That is such beautiful art. Okay. Stop getting fixated on the art. Hey, okay, it's an actual forest this time. It's not a swamp. It's not a swamp. Okay. Phew, I'm not going to make that mistake twice. Totally not going to do that. Servok, Deathbringer. 3 and a black for... Okay, for a second I thought that was a rare. I was going to be like, what? But it's a 3/4 legendary human knight that at the beginning of each player's end step, if no permanents left the battlefield this turn, that player loses X life or X is this card's power. Choose a background. Cool. I think? Question mark? Hey, it's another Avenging Hunter. I'm sad. Pack Attack. 3 and a red for an instant that says attacking creatures get +X/+O until the end of turn, where X is the number of players being attacked. Draw a card. Okay. Band Together. 2 and a green for an instant that says up to 2 target creatures you control each deal damage equal to their power to another target creature. That's cool. That's a good card. You meet in a tavern. 2 and 2 green for a sorcery that says choose one. Form a party. Look at the top 5 cards of your library. You may reveal any number of creature cards from among them. Put them into your hand. Put the rest on the bottom of your library in random order. Or start a brawl. Creatures you control get +2/+2 until the end of turn. That's cool. That's cool. Tavern Brawler. 2 and a red. Wait a minute. Start a brawl. Tavern Brawler. They're in a tavern. Is he in the picture? I think he is. Okay, anyways, I don't know. 2 and a red for a legendary enchantment background that says commander creatures you own have at the beginning of your upkeep. Exile the top card of your library. Goes well with the red, white, exile the top card of your library theme. And then that creature gets +X/+O until the end of turn. Sorry. This creature gets +X/+O until the end of turn, where X is that card's mana value. You may play that card this turn. And it's a legendary enchantment background, so that's nice. So you can have this as your second commander if you want. Okay, for a second I thought that was like a worm coming out of the ground. Like I completely ignored that side of it. I was just looking at it and I was like, is that a worm with a spike coming out of it? But then I saw the other side and I was like, oh, it's whatever that is. So, overwhelming encounter. 3 and 2 green for a sorcery that says creatures you control gain vigilance and trample until the end of turn. Roll a d20. 1 through 9, creatures you control get +2/+2 until the end of turn. 10 through 19. Put 2 +1/+1 counters on each creature you control. So permanent. Okay. And then 20. Put 4 +1/+1 counters on each creature you control. That is terrifying. That is terrifying. Okay. And put that there. You look upon the Tarrasque, which, if you don't play D&D, I don't, but I know about this from a friend. The Tarrasque is just a really, really scary T-Rex looking thing that also kind of looks like a dragon. I don't know. 4 and a green for an instant that says choose one. Run and hide. Prevent all combat damage that would be dealt to you and creatures you control this turn. Okay. Gather your courage. Target creature you control gets +5/+5 and gains indestructible until the end of turn. All creatures your opponents control able to block that creature this turn do so. So if that creature has Death Touch, your entire opponent's board stage is just gone. That's scary. I think there's ways to make that really broken. Explore the Underdark. That, once again, is beautiful artwork. Whoever did this, Puritor, sorry if I'm pronouncing it wrong, Dura, thank you for making this art. That is beautiful. And for the guy who made this art, please be the same guy. It is! Oh my goodness! Wait a minute. It's the same guy. It's the same guy. What are the chances of that? Like, both of the Super Omega art cards that I love are made by the same guy. That's awesome. 4 and a green, sorcery. Search your library for up to 2 basic land cards and or gate cards and put them onto the battlefield tapped, then shuffle your library. You take the initiative. So you can search your library for 2 basic lands, 2 gates, put them into play tapped, and take the initiative. Alright, you get 4 lands. And you get more card advantage. That's cool. Irinus. Something. Gloomstalker. A Gloomstalker. I think I might have looked at that card earlier. I can't remember. The name sounds somewhat familiar. Where are the rares? Or, wait. Be 1 mythic. 1 mythic. Come on. Okay. Street Urchin. 1 in a red for a legendary enchantment background that says commander creatures you own have pay 1, sack another artifact or creature. This card deals 1 damage to any target. Okay. I think that's that. Actually, I don't think it's that good. What the heck? Bane, Lord of Darkness. 1, a white, a blue, and a black for a legendary creature god. That's a 5/2. And as long as your life total is less than or equal to half your starting life total, this card has indestructible. And whenever a non-token creature you control dies, target opponent may have you draw a card. If they don't, you may put a creature card with equal or lesser toughness from your hand onto the battlefield. And I'm pretty sure it's like for your life total. So basically you can put any card from your hand onto the battlefield. That's terrifying. My dad needs this card. I'm not uploading this video now. I will not show him that I pulled the card that he needed. By the way, that's really good art. Please be by the same guy again. Nope, it's by a different guy. But that is still really cool art. Mirum, Sentinel Worm, and yeah, it's a dragon spirit. Don't question it. 3, a green, a blue, and a red for a 6/6 legendary dragon spirit with flying in War 2. Whenever a non-token dragon enters the battlefield under your control, create a token that's a copy of it, except the token isn't legendary if that dragon is legendary. So, if you haven't already been able to tell, dragons are scary. Having 2 copies of each dragon that you play is terrifying. And if they're legendary, you can still have multiple copies of it out at once. So sad. And the last card is a Fire Diamond. That is a beautiful card. And, yeah. Beautiful. Alright, so I think the Cracker Pack went pretty well overall. We got a card right here worth a total of $2. The Bane Lord of Darkness, which isn't a lot, but my dad's new favorite dragon right here, Mirum Sentinel Worm, is also $2, and Ancient Silver Dragon, that card right there is $15. Yeah, that's a lot of money. Well, for a Magic card, I should say that actually isn't a lot of money at all. But in the world of Magic the Gathering, that's a pretty good money card, I guess. So yeah, overall, I think it went pretty well. I definitely didn't get tons of like super expensive cards, though. I wish that I would have, but sadly, that's not the case. But I will say this: I think there were a decent amount of somewhat powerful cards in those packs. And in the next Cracker Pack video I'm gonna do for Double Masters 2, let's just say I know for a fact that video is going to be very, very fun to watch. So, with the Cracker Pack done, let's get on to some games.